For all of your sports in Lorain, keep your TV tuned to TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Thanks for joining us on WLCS TV 20. I'm Don Vincent. He's Bob Braskich. And this is Lorain High School basketball, the first boys game here at the new gym, Bob.
And it's a gorgeous gym. It really is. 94-foot floor, a little bit bigger.
Well, the freshmen are off to a nice start.
Yeah,
They're going to
they
put the first basket in very quickly. Off the pass along the baseline, Dalen Dower drops in the first deuce for Lorain High's boys teams.
That's a 5-second call. Full court pressure by Lorain High. Good denial everywhere. They're playing a full court pressure with a center fielder.
Titans with the ball underneath their own basket. Nice pass into the middle of the lane. First opportunity, no seconds. Not going to fall for Chavis. Third putback is good.
All right, if Vermilion is going to get in this game or stay in this game, they are going to have to solve this issue right here, the full court press.
It's become the trademark of Lorain High basketball for the last several years.
Right, especially at the freshman level. I mean, going back, we've always pressed and tried to teach the kids to play the full court.
Well, Vermilion on their offensive end now. Freshman working through the series. There's another turnover. Fast break opportunity. Headed the other way. Bond, layup, and another deuce.
Nice anticipation by Leaper running through the passing lane.
It's half the battle. You know where it's supposed to be going. You're good to go. Vermilion still struggling against this press without much of a look here behind.
I was talking to Coach Brian Clark, who's one of my buddies and one of my former players. He said they don't have a lot of size. Lorain High doesn't. Nobody really over 6 feet tall. Good little back cut.
Was nice. The basket underneath. That's going to be Josh DeFucci.
Well, that's what you have to do against pressure. All young players, you have to learn to back cut pressure. Nice pass.
Worked really well inside, and Savon Chavis benefits from the Whitehead pass and the assist. 8-2 early on here.
But Brian Clark told me, he said, they did very well in all their scrimmages. Only lost one scrimmage, that to St. V's by 3 points.
That's not too awful bad. 3-point attempt, no good. Another fast break opportunity. Heading the other way. Whitehead into the lane and another deuce.
It's a layup drill.
It's becoming way too easy, and I'm kind of anticipating a timeout coming off of this Vermilion bench sometime soon, Coach.
Well, I should have thought one should have been taken about 3 baskets ago, to tell you the truth. I mean, if you can't handle the full court pressure, you've got to get organized. And here we have another turnover. I believe that's the third.
And you may be being just a little bit generous, Bob, to be honest with you.
Well, the third is the result of pressure.
Okay. 3 ball. That one's not going to fall. Rebound. Isaac Lindo. He'll just work up course. Crossover, but not gaining a lot of ground there. At least no advantage.
Open 5, pass, cut, and fill, which seems to be the offense, and I agree with it for most freshman teams these days, although I see Vermilion's got a couple of ball screens in it.
You got to travel and a turnover of a different sort. So you've gotten it off the pressure. You've got it cutting off the passing lane. You've got it with the pressure just creating a travel.
Well, Lorain High is just a little bit too quick and athletic. Vermilion wouldn't see this kind of pressure, wouldn't see this kind of athleticism normally. Can't duplicate it in practice. That makes it very difficult. Nice curl cut.
Nice take in the middle of the lane. Chavis leaves it a little bit short, puts it back up. That one's not going to fall. Battles for the rebound. It's going to be taken away by the Sailors, and there's another defensive takeaway and another layup. Aaron Whitehead. He's got 4 in the game so far.
Now, I think Lorain High could sprint and get into this defense quicker.
Couple shots underneath. Not going to fall. Another offensive opportunity. Turnaround jumper falls out. That one won't happen. Rebound finally collected by the Sailors. But again, they're going to face this pressure, miss or make.
Yes. And on the Lorain High side, I'll give them some benefit. First game of the year. It's difficult to find your man until you get accustomed to pressing full court after maids. And that's what I think they could do right now is find their man. Good back cut. A little bit quicker. That press would just be that much more effective.
3 ball if it would have been made. It was not, as a matter of fact. Here come the Titans on another run out, and that's going to get a little Get a little away from them there.
That's all right. Well, we're going to see a lot of that, and this is why I love freshman basketball. I think the learning curve at the freshman level is the steepest of all levels. The team you see tonight playing in early December will not be the same team you see 6 weeks from now in mid-January. I mean, the learning curve is just amazing.
Watch both of these teams develop as they move through the season. Although Vermilion, with the new conference, they're now in the Sandusky Bay Conference, but we won't have a lot of chance to see them here locally, at least not against visiting teams. Fast break opportunity. We're going the other way. Another layup off the outlet pass, and that one is good underneath. Ron Johnson with his first basket of the ball game. 14-2 in favor of Lorain High with about 2:45 left. There's another
steal off the
takeaway on pressure. Alea Whitehead's going to try to drop it underneath. It's going to go out of bounds.
Right. You know, and what you see there, you won't see 6 weeks from now. What the freshman players are going to do, and they'll learn on their own and with good coaching, is a lot of the things they're accustomed to doing, playing the parks or open gym, they're not going to be able to do under, within a structure, that you have here in a real game situation. And a lot of those mistakes, the forced passes, the forced shots, nice little cut.
Oh, beautiful job taking it to the basket. That'll be his 4th point of the ball game, and that'll result in a 30-second timeout coming off of the Vermilion bench, which may be about 10 points too late. 2:37 left in the first quarter, 16-2 in favor of Lorain High's freshman squad.
Well, and the other great thing about freshmen is, one of the other great things is the players weren't strong enough physically to play the game up until just about this point. I mean, it takes a certain amount of strength to shoot the ball properly. It takes a certain amount of strength to get in a stance and stay there for longer than 2 seconds. And at the freshmen, once they reach this freshman year, they're able to do these things. And so that learning curve between now and mid-January, it will be a lot different for both teams. I mean, it's really a lot of fun. I did it for a lot of years. It's a lot of fun.
Do you prefer coaching freshmen? Do you like?
I enjoyed it.
Okay. There's a fast break opportunity off the inbounds play. Well, nice job catching up with that one by the Titans, and in particular Zion Capers.
They changed their press offense to a little 1-4, which you can back cut, which they did. Good stick back.
And you got an and-one situation that time, and Aaron Bonds had a hard time finding the basket, but he certainly took care of business there. Not sure who they drew the foul on. I want to say it was Tyler Shook.
David Leeper at 1.
But up to this point in time, Lorain High, very disciplined. I know Brian, and like I said, he's one of my old players and really was an assistant of mine for a while. And he's a no-nonsense guy. He won't tolerate out-of-control play. And you could see Lorain High, first open man gets the basketball, first man up the floor gets the basketball. Well done.
And he's got Chris Kimbrough by his side, Bill Sturgill, both of, if you remember Chris back with that undefeated Admiral King team way back when, and Bill's been around for more than a minute or two.
Yeah.
Here's Vermilion on their offensive side. 2:18 left in the first quarter. 19-2 in favor of Lorain High. There's a foul underneath. A little bit too aggressive down on the blocks. That'll go against Lorain. That's their first foul. I think Chavis is going to get whistled for that. His first team first.
Okay, now everybody should be broken down right now and see the basketball. We're not quite there yet, but again, the learning curve, that's out of bounds back in. The learning curve is very steep at this level. These kids are going to come a long way in a short period of time.
And hopefully, along the way, they're going to have some fun doing it, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Nice pass down toward the baseline. That's a good give. Give the assist underneath and give the basket to Clarence Thomas.
Don, basketball's just fun. Scoring a basket never grows old. It always feels good.
No doubt about that. I used to love getting the steals and setting somebody else up.
But when you score, I mean, there's a certain euphoria you get.
True. That's true.
No matter how many times you've done it.
I didn't score a lot, okay? I had to find my fun someplace else. Basket knocked around a couple different times, and finally a strong putback by Caesar Jeter.
23-2, ouch.
Yeah, there's still 1:43 left in this first frame. Long outlet pass, safety.
Lorain High's on pace to score 100 in this game.
Oh, they are.
Now, I can remember back in the game, a game of 92, I could remember. I can't remember a score taller than that.
In a freshman game, that's huge.
Yeah, with 23 in the first quarter, that's a lot of points.
Well, and you mentioned it, a lot of those shots.
Well, it's a layup drill,
Transition in the paint, you know.
Right. I mean, Vermilion's got to do a better job of getting back on offense. And then again, you've got to make yourself available for that inbound pass. That's about the fourth steal Lorain High has had on that inbound pass. You've got to make yourself available.
Why? Good look underneath and a good take down below as well. Zion Capers with a deuce. I think just about everybody that's been on the court for Lorain High thus far.
I mean, there it is again. I mean, they've got to set a pick. They're not setting a single pick to get somebody open to receive that inbounds pass.
Good look underneath yet again. You made that shot a little too difficult. Sometimes it's okay just to go up strong. In fact, it's almost always okay to go up strong.
Nice dish.
Like there. There you go.
Yeah, I like the way,
again.
Don, I like the way the Lorain High kids pass the basketball to the first open man.
And I think that's something that's become kind of infectious with these squads. If you look at the varsity squad,
yeah,
very
they do
unselfish.
it exceedingly well. I was watching Joe Bach's highlights on YouTube today, and just first open man up the floor getting the basketball. I mean, just very well done.
It's exciting basketball.
It is exciting.
44 seconds and change left in this first quarter. Titans up by a boatload, 27-2 over the Vermilion Sailors. Consider Kurt Habermel, the head coach of the varsity squad at Vermilion, a friend. He scheduled this one for this reason.
Well, you can get better this way. I mean,
exactly.
You get better by playing better people. There's no question about that.
I know he wants a test for his varsity squad early.
He's going to get one tonight. That varsity squad, I'm sure you know, is ranked number one in Northeastern Ohio. They are good and they are deep. They have 10 guys who can play.
Typically, if you get 7 that are good, 8 you're feeling pretty lucky.
See,
if you go 10 deep,
when you can go 10 and not have much drop off, that's the sign of a very healthy program. That really is.
How about Ron Johnson's effort right there to pass that ball back in, went about 6-7 rows up into the bleachers. It's a pretty impressive effort. He's going to go down. Here's the layup opportunity going the other way. Foul from behind. He's going to send him to the line with 12 and a half seconds left in this first quarter.
Yeah, if I could tell Coach Clark one thing, now I know they're up by 27, but on dead ball situations, they've got to get into it quicker. Right there, they weren't into it, and they were back cut. You've got to see the ball at all times on defense, and you've got to get into it quickly.
Brandon Ovanitz at the line for the Sailors. Puts it up. Not a lot of rotation, but it's good, which seems to be the way of things these days. Not as much rotation on the shots as they used to coach.
Well, going back to freshman basketball, one of the biggest challenges as a coach is to work on those shots and correct them, because so many of the kids weren't strong enough up to this point to shoot the ball correctly. And it's a real challenge. It's one of the most important things you do as a freshman coach is to, get a shot on these kids.
Titans working for one here with time waiting, and a nice take.
Wow.
Really well done by Ron Johnson, and the buzzer should be sounding. It's not, but now it does. And
use the left hand there.
And the first quarter up by a bunch, 31-4 over the Vermilion Freshmen. We'll take a little bit of a break. This is WLCS TV 20.
Stop. Whether it's on the way to school, at school, or online, bullying has become a non-stop threat to our youth today. Is your child being bullied? The National Runaway Switchboard can help. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Why do you let car dealers treat you like you're stupid? Just because you've had credit problems doesn't mean you're stupid. Credit Max Auto treats you with dignity and respect. We have a great selection of cars with fast, easy financing and payments you can afford. Check us out at creditmaxauto.com. Second quarter action just about to get started here at the new Lorain Titan Gymnasium. Don Vincent, along with Bob Braskich. It's 31-4, the Lorain High freshmen over the Vermilion freshmen after the first frame.
31 is a lot of points, a lot of layups.
True, and some good defense to go along with that.
Yeah, there was.
Ball tipped out of bounds out on the edge there. Another good defensive reach there by Aaron Whitehead.
What the Vermilion players have to do, whether it's an out-of-bounds situation or in their half court, they have to make stronger cuts to make themselves available for a pass. They aren't making a strong cut, obviously, and And the result is a layup at the other end.
Anything you do on the basketball court should be with intent. If you're waiting for something to happen, bad things will happen.
And then the other thing they have to do, they have to back cut pressure. When you're pressured, you have to back cut.
Didn't go, but I like pulling up and taking that shot. There's a lob pass back underneath, and a 3-second call is going to go against the Titans, so we'll head the other way with 6:28 left in the second quarter.
You know, when kids are young like this, at this level, a lot of times they'll be pressured. They'll keep coming to the basketball. And obviously what happens is you get taken right out of your offense. You have to back cut.
Vermilion out top, going around pressure. Lobbing one up there was Jacob Ruger.
That's number 23.
Back is good for Zach Kovac. That'll be his first basket of the ball game. Lorain quickly back on their offensive side. Leaper with the ball, out top, sends it across the top. That'll be Jalen Leach, drops it underneath. That one's not going to fall. Rebound comes down to the Sailors, and they'll push. Fast break opportunity. Good idea. Tough pass to make.
See, I really like what Brian Clark and Chris Kimbrough are doing on the offensive end. Notice nobody's playing on a block. Everybody's playing on the perimeter. And that really, even if you're going to be a block guy down the road, at this level, if you play everybody on the perimeter, that block guy down the road will be a better block player.
Agreed.
Good curl cut.
All right, they get the foul underneath.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Don.
I was going to send David Leaper to the line. He's got a couple free throws coming his way. Go ahead, Coach.
They're getting that every time. All they're doing is entering the ball to one side and going away and setting a pick, and the opposite wing's curl cutting off of that pick. Vermilion doesn't know how to defense it.
First free throw is good. Second one, a little bit different result. Yeah. There's another takeaway with the pressure. Scoop pass goes into the lane. Layup's not going to fall. He'll knock it around, and apparently the officials want to keep it here with Lorain. I'm not going to argue with that one.
Don, isn't this new gym really nice and fresh? And
boy, it's bright.
It is bright. The floor's light.
Yeah.
It's great.
I like that as much as anything else.
And I look at the rims. The rims are kind of forgiving, which from a shooter standpoint is great.
Roll up some scores, that's for sure.
But just a beautiful place.
There's no place. You walk into some gyms and there's a dark corner.
Yeah.
Or there's a spot on the floor.
Everything's well lit. The sound is great. You know, the whole school, I taught in Lorain schools for 32 years. The whole school, it's just one of the most attractive buildings from the outside that I've seen anywhere.
I'm looking forward to taking a tour. There's a nice take inside. It's not going to go underneath that time for Aaron Whitehead, but a good effort nonetheless. Fast break opportunity here. Possibly. They save it back in? I just caught a glimpse of the back of Joe's head.
He didn't make it. He had a foot out of bounds on the pass.
Had to get Joe Bach into the broadcast somehow.
See, not picked up, Don. Not picked up again on that out of bounds situation.
Yeah, you can get away with it occasionally if you've got a guy like Chavis who can block a shot, but you can't rely on that.
Against good teams, you have to be in position, see the ball, be broken down, be in a stance, ready to play.
It's an awkward looking take there, and the ball will go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vermilion Sailors this time. 4:34 left in the second quarter, 32-6. So Titans haven't pushed the score quite as much here in this second quarter.
Don, you know better than I. Have we subbed a lot here?
There have been a couple through, about 3 deep.
Okay. Nice little runner there.
Isaac Lindo got the shot.
Hand.
Dropped the deuce in. Leaper for long distance. Nope. Rebound's going to be Kovac. He'll get it off to the left side. And here come the Sailors on the offensive attack.
Not picked up again.
Nice open little 15-footer's not going to go. Put back, rebound comes down, and we'll head the other way. Dalen Dower with the ball on the push at the elbow, drops it underneath, and they'll kick it back out. If it's not there, it's a great idea just to move it back out.
Yeah. I really, again, like the way Lorain High passes the basketball, and I haven't seen a lot of forced shots, which you usually see initially at the start of a freshman year. I mean, a nice job there, and Coach Clark doing the gentlemanly thing, taking his press off.
Yep, backing up a little bit. Have to appreciate, I think the statement was made probably in the first 2 minutes of the ball game.
You know, that's something we've done around here, going back to, I started coaching here back in the 70s. You know, when you're up by, as Lorain High is, regardless of the level, and you're pressing, the first thing you do is you take your press off, and then the second thing you do is you sub.
Fast break opportunity is not going to pay off, and it's going to be returned going the other way. And you're right, Coach. It's just the right thing to do. Good ball movement.
I mean,
yet again.
You have two obligations. Again, take your pressure off. Ouch, stepped over the line.
Oh, boy.
And then sub and play everybody. It doesn't mean you don't continue to play hard. You do. But I think you have those two obligations. That's kind of been a theme around here for forever. And here we have, just speaking of those substitutions.
Yeah. Get a line change.
Yeah.
Let's see, Ron Johnson comes back into the ball game. Let's see who else we got out there. Jordan Jackson's on the court right now. Marquise Smallwood. Who am I missing? There are a couple more. Caesar Jeter. And there's the other one out top.
That's number 12. That's
Zion Capers. Yeah. He's got a basket in the game thus far before that turnover. 3:03 left in the first half, 34-8. Still in favor of the young Titans. Vermilion, you put a couple baskets in here before half just to feel good about yourself.
Yeah, in fact, obviously I'm a Lorain High homer. I wouldn't mind seeing him score a couple points here.
Now there's another takeaway, and here comes Lorain High and a fast break opportunity. Looking down court, nice pass. They'll drop it back, and there's the deuce.
There you go.
It just makes it so easy. Marquise Smallwood, his first
open
basket.
man up the floor, gets the basketball.
Yeah, we're going to go the other way. Zach Kovac jump stops at the block. May have traveled. Yep, he did. That's a travel in pretty much any league you're playing in. .227 left. The Titans will just cruise on up court.
36-8.
But give credit to Vermilion here. I mean, well, I'm trying to evaluate their defense. It looks like half of them are playing man up, and there's one guy sitting in the middle.
The one thing I know they can't do is they don't know how to defend that entry pass, screen away, curl cut. And that's, Lorain High just scored on it again.
There's going to be another takeaway. Fast break opportunity. Good pass down court. Layup.
And then, of course, the other rule that's being violated here is usually your point guard is designated always to be back on defense. Right. And someone else on the floor, usually your two guard, is designated to be back on defense if the point guard penetrates. And that's something you have to work on in practice. And we're seeing Vermilion really not get back on defense.
There's got to be a guy. There's always got to be a guy.
Yes.
Trailing back. Minute and a half left in this first half. Here comes a sub in for Vermilion. That'll be Jack Reaney. He's got an older brother that played last year for Vermilion.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to Coach Clark. There are a lot of familiar names here for me. Jeter, Davis, Whitehead, Smallwood, Thomas, Johnson.
Nice take inside. Give him the basket. Jordan Jackson just went to the rim with authority. He was not going to be stopped. Fouls whistled on the court. That'll be the second team foul on Vermilion. And it'll make it 42-8, and the Titans still flirting with the half-century mark as we approach halftime.
Well, a lot of those 42 came in that first quarter as a result of full court pressure. Now that they've taken the press off, it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Jackson able to get that one to drop.
That's Thomas, number 23 in the game.
The numbers I think we're all using are a little iffy.
I got these from Coach Clark. These are older varsity uniforms that are being worn. They're not wearing the designated freshman uniforms.
That works either way, just so we know who we got. I'm glad you got them, to be honest with you, because I'd have been working off the wrong roster. There's a 17-footer straight on. Good-looking shot. Rebound's going to come down to Caesar Jeter.
Here we go. First open man up the floor, getting the ball again.
You don't have to take it the first look. There's a 3-ball. Comes off the left side of the rim. Nice rebound inside. It's up. Put back is good for Thomas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different guys, Coach, have scored.
Good. That's great.
You don't mind that
10
at all.
different guys felt really good. I love the feeling, I'll tell you. It never got old for me.
24 seconds in the first half. Nice pass off the
little ball
roll.
screen, yeah.
Good block from behind.
Little ball screen and help defense wasn't where it was supposed to be.
Ball's going to stay with Vermilion underneath their own basket. Still line up 4 across the free throw line. Long time getting it in. Taken away. Fast break opportunity yet again. Is he going to try to dunk this? He was thinking about it, I think. He'll just take the finger roll. He had some intent. That was Ron Johnson.
He's about 5'11". If he dunked it,
that'd be impressive.
That would be impressive.
The rims here aren't bent like they are at the park. There's a take.
Nice runner.
A drop in for Lindo, and that will bring the first half to a close. The Titans up by a bunch, 47-10, as the first half of boys basketball comes to a conclusion here at the new gym at Lorain High. We're going to take a little bit of a break. When we come back here on WLCS TV 20, it'll be third quarter action. Again, your freshman Titans up 47-10 over the Vermilion freshmen. We'll be right back.
For the thousands of wounded warriors returning from battle, Wounded Warrior Project has developed the Warriors to Work program, a unique program that helps wounded warriors translate their military experience to the civilian workplace. The Warriors to Work program also works with employers to find the right job for the right warrior. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Is magic really magic? If a deal is too good to be true, well, don't be fooled. There is no magic. Credit Max Auto has a great selection of cars with fast, easy financing and payments you can afford. Check us out at creditmaxauto.com.
Inspiring city and campus. Inspiring people. Inspiring creativity. Inspiring hands-on learning. Inspiring global experiences. Inspiring traditions. Be a Buckeye. Inspire.
Welcome back from your halftime break. At the half, the freshman Titans enjoying a pretty substantial margin over the Vermilion freshmen. 47-10. I'm Don Vincent. Bob Raskich alongside, enjoying game number 1 of boys basketball in this new gym floor. We'll keep going back to that all night long.
I really like it. Nice, bright, 94 feet.
Like that. Like the big open wide court, and a good look underneath.
Really?
Titans picking up
nice
where they left off.
Again.
Savon Chavis ends up with a basket, his 6th point of the ball game. Titans here within seconds of the halftime bumped their point total up to 49. Bring it on their offensive end. Kovac with the ball out top. And this is what I was talking about, doing things with intent. He was kind of dribbling the ball and not really deciding to go anywhere with it. Ends up turning the ball over. Fast break layup is a no-go. Chavis, rather, with the putback is good for his 8th.
You said in the first half. Now, Vermilion has switched conferences. Coach me up on that.
They've been without a conference for a couple years. They've bounced around a little bit.
Okay, they used to be where?
Oh, geez. See, you had to. They were in that Turnpike Conference for a minute where they were traveling all over the place.
Okay.
They've been without a conference for a couple of years and just had to kind of make up schedules as they went. Last year, they actually moved their tournament out west. They've been playing, here in the central part, northeast central part of the state in the postseason. Last year, they started going out west.
And then now this year, they're in which league?
Sandusky Bay.
And who else is in that league?
Oh, geez. Let me see. Sandusky, Fremont. I don't think it goes far as Tiffin. I'm going to have to look it up. See, this is where I need my...
I got you. Your internet. I got you.
My internet. I could look that up really quickly.
Sandusky Bay. So it's obviously basically Division 3, 4, maybe a 2.
2s, yeah.
Now, would Perkins be in that?
I think so. We'll catch him here for you in just a second. Boy, there's a nice, strong putback.
Well, and that was pretty slick drop step there, too.
It was.
Oh, you don't have to check it, Don.
Oh, too late. I'm already there.
Okay. You're quick. You mean I have to do play-by-play now? I'm lost.
Yeah, you're on it. Here
totally
goes
clueless.
Fast break opportunity. Chavis with the layup and 2. So you got it. We're good. He's in double digits now. He's got 10 points. 4.5 minutes left in this third quarter. And Sailors on their offensive end. Swinging around to the right side, outside the arc. There's Jeremiah Justice. He'll get it back and chase it down along the sideline. Out of bounds, we'll head the other way.
Yeah, off the ball, Lorain High is just laying back and anticipating and running through the passing lanes. Many steals here tonight.
Titans with the ball on their offensive end now.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad to see.
Good look underneath.
That's
My
goodness.
We've
been seeing that all night. I'm glad to see Vermilion stick playing a man-to-man. I mean, I just think, in my opinion, at the freshman level, you should never play a zone. I think you have to learn to defend, and I see they're sticking with it.
Oh, there you go. Missed the layup, though. And right now, you'll deal with those missed layups as long as you're getting the defense. So here you go. Sandusky Bay Conference, 2 divisions. There's a bay and a river. The bay has Clyde, Edison, Huron, Oak Harbor, Perkins, Port Clinton, and Vermilion. The river division has Calvert, Lakota, Margaretta, New Riegel. I'm not even familiar with the school. Old Fort, St. Joseph, St. Mary, and St. Wendelin.
Okay, it sounds like you have the smaller schools in the ladder.
Yeah. And then the bigger schools.
Yes.
Yeah. Most of them are, you're right, 3s and 4s in the Bay division.
Okay, now Sandusky is, where are they now?
They are in the old,
I don't mean to catch you off guard.
You're stretching me here. Are they in?
Oh, that's okay.
Are they in the old Buckeye? Is that correct?
Is there an old Buckeye? They used to be in the Buckeye when all 3 Lorain schools were in the Buckeye. Or, well, Lorain High and Admiral King.
Yeah, we're reminiscing now.
Yeah. That's what you do when the score's 57-10.
Let's see if we can find that one.
Open again.
Oh, wow.
I like the way they look up the floor.
Great catch. Great job putting the ball up that time. Marquise Smallwood, he's got 8 points in the ball game. I don't think you're going to get that call right now.
I think you're right. The official, you're absolutely right. It's a borderline call. The whistle is not going to get blown.
Vermilion looking to go to work, and there's a shot block underneath. Go out of bounds off of one of the Titans.
I remember those old Buckeye days. That was some travel to Findlay and Marion, and wow.
I'm still looking. Oh, good pass. Look at that. That's pretty.
Wow. Gets a high five from Coach Clark on the way back.
Yeah, Smallwood now in double digits off the assist. It's pretty impressive. It's a pretty impressive, I was going to say 50-point lead there for Lorain. They'll cut into it by a couple with 2:40 left in the third quarter.
Another one? Another penetrate,
There you go.
draw, help, and dish. That's what basketball's all about these days.
Smallwood with another.
It's just amazing how
Basket.
basketball has changed.
Oh, boy. Here come the Titans. They're
Let's see what
on a
happens
run
here.
now. Good
First
look
open man.
ahead.
Why
Boy.
they do that well.
Johnson
You know, and
with
the
the pass,
passes,
and Smallwood with the basket.
the passes, Don, aren't forced. So many times freshmen just force passes when there isn't anything there. We're not seeing that out of this crew from Lorain High.
A couple of subs coming in here for Vermilion, thus the stoppage with 2:08 left in the third quarter. 65-13 in favor of the Titans.
Number 10 here for Vermilion. I don't have the roster. I don't have the name, Don.
Isaac Lindo.
He could be a player down the road. He's the one who's hit those couple of runners. He didn't take the basketball one dribble too far.
Good job collecting, going up strong.
Yep. But number 10 there, I've noticed, it looks like to me he can play.
I would tend to agree.
Yeah, he twice he's attacked the basket off the dribble, and he didn't take it one dribble too far. He pulled up and made the runner.
Free throw rolls around. Offensive rebound, not going to work out for the Titans, and there's Lindo taking it away.
Well, through the legs, behind the back, right hand, left hand, and turnover.
And the turnover. See, you had to say it.
I did.
Get the call down at the other end with 1:38 left. Northern Ohio League, that's where Sandusky is. I'm sorry.
Do you have a list there? I'm curious now.
It should be in there. It's the stuff you pull up on your phones during games, you know? See, did it pull up? Let's see, Columbian, Ontario, Shelby, Norwalk, Sandusky, Bellevue, and Willard.
Okay. All right. It's a decent basketball conference.
Yeah, Sandusky at 0-2 thus far in the season, varsity-wise. Free throw here for the young Titans is good for Ron Johnson.
Pretty nice stroke, too. Good release.
Agreed.
Over the line again.
Oh, boy. Now, earlier I was going to say, the official could use that as a teaching moment, but if it happens more than once in a game, you can't not pay attention to it, I guess, is the...
Good cut off the pick.
Oh, boy. Caesar Jeter with another basket. He's got 8. And your Titans may push that mark here, Coach.
Well, I can remember 92. I'm trying to remember who we did that against. I do remember. I don't want to offend anybody. It was the old Lorain Catholic.
Oh,
okay. That in a freshman game.
Okay.
I had a really nice ball club.
So it's been a couple years.
Yeah.
Well, typically, Lorain Catholic had some okay basketball clubs.
They sure did.
Vermilion on the offensive end, and you're going to get a little shove along the baseline. They're going to whistle Zion Capers for the foul. Jacob Reuter was trying to create some space for himself, and
we were
got bumped.
Talking about the lopsided score. I can remember playing St. Ed's 26 zip in a quarter.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that was against St. Ed's.
That's something.
Yeah.
Boy, how about Lindo? You like that young man. That's not bad. There's a takeaway, though. Fast break opportunity. Good ball movement. Nope. Got to make sure your guy's there. Lindo's going to come away with it for Vermilion. Work up court. Sends it off to the right wing. Cuts through. Not going to be there as they take it away. Good bounce pass ahead. There you go. Layup and another deuce.
Nobody gets back for Vermilion. If they would get back on defense, they would have saved themselves about 20 points here tonight. What their problem is, Lorain High's quickness, there you see it again. At practice, they don't have any problem running their offense, but when they get against these guys who are much quicker, it's Lorain High is basically taking them out of their offense with quickness and athleticism.
Jeter's in double figures with 10 now as he made that last basket. It's 75-13. And
there's that little runner again.
Nope. Fast break opportunity yet again. Another run out. They'll just wait on it, give it up, give it back. Sometimes you're going to take the easy shot there, guys. Even if you're up by a bunch. Falling away, that one's not going to go in. 8, 7, 6 seconds left in the third quarter. And that's the way this one's probably going to end. 70. Ooh, I was getting a little ahead of myself there. I was calling that one done. Foul whistle on Ron Johnson. He didn't like it.
Ball out of bounds.
Oh, okay. I thought he called the foul on him.
No, he did. We're only at, what is it, our fourth? That's our fourth, according to the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Jeez, I've not been paying attention. 3 ball to end the quarter is going to fall well short. 75-13. Your Lorain Titans freshman. Taking it to the Vermilion Sailors freshman. We'll take a little bit of a break, come back with fourth quarter action right here on WLCS TV 20.
I started mentoring my mentee Dantre 4 years ago. I always thought about doing it. It always seemed like a good idea.
We were both nervous when we first met, but everything kind of fell into place.
Mentoring is important to anyone that's pretty fortunate in life to have a little bit of time to pass on that knowledge.
Etienne's a very close friend. I look at him as a brother and a father figure. He taught me just focus on the big picture because I would like to give back just like Etienne gave back to me. Be someone who matters to someone who matters.
Have you ever bought a car and then realized you couldn't afford it? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different. Don't be insane. At Credit Max Auto, you can get a really great car with a payment you can't afford. Visit us at creditmaxauto.com.
Veterans benefits earned through your service in the National Guard or Reserve can offer a range of support.
I wouldn't be here today as a successful woman without the help that I received.
From home loans to job training, go to benefits.va.gov/Guard Reserve to find out more, even how to apply online using eBenefits.
This is one of the best things I ever did in my life.
We were very fortunate to have these benefits, so we definitely ought to use them.
Achieve your next mission. Learn about your VA benefits today.
And we're back. 7 more minutes up on the scoreboard here at the brand new Lorain High School gym.
Wow. Lorain High, excuse me, is playing a little zone here. You very rarely see that at the freshman level at Lorain High.
I was going to say the same kind of thing. It's not unusual for freshman squads. It's unusual here.
Yes.
More than anything else. Pass goes inside, and apparently that pressure is going to work out, and that zone defense is going to work out. The Titans with an opportunity going the other way. 3 balls up and down that time. Aaron Whitehead drops it in from long distance for his 7th point of the ball game. You can kind of hear the direction coming off the Vermilion bench.
He wants him to reverse the basketball, which would be a very wise thing to do.
Especially against a zone.
Well, that's one of the keys. I mean, you play against a zone, you have to space. You have to hunt holes in the middle, attack the zone from behind, penetrate the seams, and most importantly, reverse that basketball. Attack that zone when it shifts from one side of the floor to the other.
The ball will always move faster than the body.
Yep.
5:47 left in this ball game. The Titans seem content right now.
Yeah, there's the pick-away curl cut again.
Keep the ball on the outs. There's another 3 ball. That one's not going to go. Long rebound picked up by the Titans, forcing it through the middle of the lane. It's going to be taken away there by Zach Kovac. Kovac has got some potential. He's got to figure out what role he wants to play with this team, though, for Vermilion. Shot. That one's good from the elbow. Baron Crace drops that one in. His first basket of the ball game. Titans freshman basketball squad will go away from this one enjoying the lead. I'm not sure, Bob, looking down the road at conference play, so on and so forth, that they're going to see a whole lot of this.
No. Nice back cut right there. You know, we were talking about not fighting pressure, but that was a really nice back cut. No, you aren't going to see that once you get into league play. And I've looked over the independent schedule. It's very worthy. I mean, you got St. Ed's there, and
Well, and part of that is, and I will always be convinced of this, Coach. Nice take inside, the and one coming up here in just a minute for Aaron Whitehead. I want my team to be pushed early. I want somebody to beat up on you. I want you to have to work for every basket you get in a game, and I want you to see you do that 3-4 times in a game, because when that happens postseason, it's not new.
I would agree with that. On the other hand, this being the first game of the year and things going very well, everybody's going to be optimistic.
Oh, sure.
And I'm sure Coach Clark is going to, tell the guys post game, don't expect this every night out.
Another turnover by the Sailors. Nope, guess not. Everyone was heading that way except the one official that's right here.
Well, Coach Clark said, they had a pretty decent scrimmage schedule preseason. The only scrimmage they lost was to Akron St. V's by 3. So, that's pretty good.
Back at it here in the final 4 minutes and 10 seconds of this freshman ball game. Titans enjoying themselves. Significant lead. They'll knock the ball out of bounds and stay on the Vermilion side of things. Tough evening here for Vermilion.
Yeah, but here's where Lorain High players on those out-of-bounds situations, they've got to be broken down and ready, regardless of the score. It's just a habit you have to establish.
And I understand how it's easy to get comfortable, but you don't want to be comfortable ever. There's another fast break run out opportunity.
Really?
And a layup drops in for Dalen Dower.
A good job of looking up the floor. And, dribbling the ball, bringing it, and looking up the floor is a skill in itself.
3.5 minutes left. 83-15 in favor of the Titans. And here's that line change again for Lorain High School. The freshman 5s will swap out. Yeah, Brian Clark's looking pretty relaxed over there. Timeout on the court. We'll take the break and we'll step away. We'll be right back. This is WLCS TV 20.
Hi, my name is Denary Perkins Hammonds. I'm 17 years old and in 10th grade at Lorain High School. I'm studying graphic design through Lorain High's Career Tech Education Program. I started the program this year because I like making things on computers. We've made calendars, movie posters, book covers, and CD covers. I like the creativity component. Our teacher, Mr. Pappas, is showing us how to use Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. These software programs allow me to recreate images and make images of my own design. When you walk into our class, you'll see students showing their creativity on the computers through those programs. Everyone's on task and really focused. Overall, the class is pretty good and Pappas gives a demonstration of each project. I'm in Graphic Design 1 this year and next year I'll be taking Graphics 2. I'm excited about it. If you're creative and like to be able to express your ideas without any limits, then this is the program for you. I'm pretty sure that this is what I want to do one day, and it's all thanks to Lorain High's Career Tech Graphic Design program.
Which of the angles on the board are the one from the quiz on Friday? Jaden?
Research shows more and more 12 to 15-year-olds have arteries similar to that of a 45-year-old. But it doesn't have to be that way. Don't let your children grow up too fast. Encourage them to act their age through regular exercise and healthy eating.
And we're back with 3:25 left in the fourth quarter here. Lorain High freshmen enjoying an 83-15 lead. Another takeaway for the Frosh. Heading the other way, Jordan Jackson lays it in. Or was that James Davis? I'm sorry. Apparently I've got the wrong number 3. I think I've had the wrong number 3 for the better part of the game. I apologize for that. Despite the fact that you gave me all the numbers.
Well, what Lorain High is doing now in the zone is they're trapping the first pass, and it's 2 on the ball and 3 in the passing lanes. Obviously forcing turnovers last 2 possessions. There's that curl cut again off that back screen.
Just a nice job coming along.
Just an entry pass, pick away, curl around the screen to the basket.
Smallwood gets another one. Oh, there you go.
It's a 3.
It's a long ball. That one drained. So you got that. That's Josh DeFucci. A 3 to answer. Nope. Rebound underneath. Put back. That's good.
89, Don.
That's a whole lot of points.
2:26 left.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, you were thinking the same thing I was.
I kind of hate to think it, but It's hard not to. 3 ball on the edge. Nope.
Look up the
Rebound,
floor.
Lorain. Fast
There
break
you go.
opportunity yet again. There's the finger roll in the deuce. Smallwood has 20.
Yeah. Most of them in transition.
Yeah.
You've got to get back on defense.
He's got 20. Chavis has 10. Jeter has 10. Whitehead has 10. Robinson's got 9. He's a basket away from double digits. Tough way to start things off here for the Vermilion Sailors. Ball knocked out of bounds on the inbounds, man. Quick hands by Cesar Jeter.
There's a lot to learn here. I mean, if you're the Vermilion coach, I mean, he has to be seeing what we're seeing. You know, getting back on defense, you know, a press offense where people can make themselves available. Back cutting pressure. I mean, those are 3 keys. They've got to come out of this.
He's partially blocked on the 3 ball.
Oh,
boy.
Kissed it off the glass.
Oh, boy. Austin Galvin, the 3 ball. Titans will head the other way on offense. Minute and a half left in this one. Titans have racked up 91 points, make it 93.
With 1:28 left.
Capers puts in his 6th point of the ball game. Pretty dominant performance here by the Lorain High Frosh. Ball knocked away, foul, and they're going to give him shots on this one. It'll send Galvin to the line for 2.
Well, reversal of the basketball. That's what they did. Attack that zone when it's shifting from one side of the floor to the other.
That was first free throw. I'll tell you what, he pounds that ball.
You know, the game has changed so much. Everybody's spreading the floor, and it's reversed the basketball in your man offense too, because you attack a man defense as it's closing out on the ball. I mean, it's penetrating pitch. You see it everywhere. That and the increased use of ball screens in an offense has really changed the game over the last 6 or 7 years.
The question is, do you like the changes?
I do.
3 ball straight on. Long rebound is going to be collected by the Sailors. We'll head the other way. That'll be DeFucci, and a whistle on the court. We'll get the call. So
Don, one of the
like
reasons,
it? You like it?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because the kids are much more skilled.
Okay.
Moving up the line, and a lot of it has to do to AAU. Well, it has to do with AAU, and I think the AAU influence has influenced the change of the game also. So you've got kids who are more skilled. They've got better ball skills. They can play face in the basket, spread the floor, and take advantage of their dribble drive, take advantage of draw help, and make the next pass, which is what the game's all about. So I think AAU has been a contributor to that, because that's the way the AAU game is played, and it also, young players today's skill level's far better than it was 20 years ago.
Has the defense kept up with the offense?
Wow.
I know what I think.
For the good teams, it has.
Okay, all right. Let's go with that. All right. Less than a minute in this one. The Titans with a 93-24 lead over the Vermilion Sailors. Well, there's a nice individual move.
Smallwood's been doing that all night.
Yeah.
95-24 with 35 seconds left.
Amazing. Smallwood's got 22 in the ball game.
But Don, the game has moved right along. Not a lot of whistles blown.
Agreed. 9 fouls total here in this second half. There's a 3 ball.
Get in there. I want to see him score.
Titans will have another opportunity for a fast break.
Go. Look up the floor again.
There's another layup. Nope. Follow. That one's good.
97 with 12 seconds left, Don.
You wanted it.
A steal and a 3 right now is what you need. And
oh,
there's
boy.
The steal.
There's the steal. I don't think you're going to get the 3. You'll get the deuce, though. And that'll take it to 99 points with the Ron Johnson basket to put him in double figures. He's the 5th Titan in double figures in this game as they go away a winner. The Freshmen do 99-24 over the Vermilion Sailors, and really a nice way to open up their basketball
season. It was, and what I was most impressed with, Don, is first open man up the floor, received the basketball, all game long. I didn't see any selfish play. I didn't see kids force passes when there was nothing there, and I didn't see people force shots. So, at the freshman level, game one, a success.
You put that together with early on, especially their pressure on the inbounds passes.
Right.
Either off of a make or a miss, frankly.
Right.
And you start looking at this team and kind of figuring out, do they have all the pieces?
Well, I see. Well, they don't have a lot of size. They don't have anybody on the floor taller than 6 feet. But they're very skilled. And, we were talking about how the game's changed. That advantage that you had with the big kid for years and years, where you stuck him on a block and went block to block or set picks for him, that's no longer part of the game. A smaller, physically smaller team. Cleveland Cavaliers are not a big team.
Correct.
And,
that's true.
The game has changed. So, they've got nobody on the floor bigger than 6 feet, but I saw a lot of skill level out there, and they're just going to get better.
Well, with that, we'll go ahead and wrap things up in the freshman game as they go ahead and open up the gym here at Lorain High School with a resounding win, 99-16 over the Vermilion Sailors freshman team. I want to say thank you to everybody involved with our broadcast. Joe Bach, certainly taking care of business on the cameras and all the production. My partner, Bob Braskich.
I thank you. You're always one of my favorites, Don. You know that.
I always enjoy working with you as well. For everybody on the TV20 crew, I'm Don Vincent. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time right here on TV20.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV20 WLCS.